Alright, hello everyone. Today I'm going to be doing a how-to video on how to make a shoe rack. So here we have blueprints for the shoe rack. This is how it's going to look. There's going to be like a first story for shoes, a second story for shoes, and then a third story is more like a armrest table thing. And the materials you are going to need for this are 1-inch square tubing and then the round tubing. You're going to need 396 inches of square tubing and 288 inches of round tubing. So as you can see here, we have the material cut out already. This right here, these are going to be the legs of the shoe rack. Those pieces right there are these legs right here. And then next we have this top part, which is right here. And it's going to look something like this. These are cut at a 45-degree angle. Just marked it off with the square and cut them out at a 45-degree angle, and they come together like this to make the top part of the table. Then this is going to be the middle rack, and then this is going to be the bottom rack. But for now, I'll focus on the top table part. These pieces right here, these two are 12 inches long, and then these pieces right here are 21 inches long. So those are the measurements. And then next we are going to be welding the top part of this shoe rack right here. So we're going to be focusing on this part right here. These right here are the pieces to the top part. These two pieces right here are 12 inches long, and they're cut on a 45-degree angle on both sides. These two pieces are 21 inches long, and they're cut on a 45-degree angle on both sides. So what we're going to do now is put on our welding helmet and our gloves. So we have our welding gloves right here. I'm gonna put these on. Like that. And then we're gonna turn the welder on. And we are going to grab this ground clamp right here. And we're gonna kind of assemble it already into the shape of a table, kind of like this, so we know where everything goes. And we're going to grab our ground clamp, and we're gonna clamp down one piece right here. Then we're gonna grab our gun. And what we're gonna do is put this square inside. Try your best to get it as square as possible. Then you're gonna wanna flick your welding hood down. We're gonna tack weld this down while it's squared off. Try to get it as square as you can. Like so, and then you're going to want to tack it down. Okay, next we're going to weld this side on right here. So we're going to line this up the best we can. We're going to put the ground clamp on. And we're just gonna put it into place somewhat here. Then we're gonna take our gun and we're gonna tack weld it. And then next, we're gonna take this piece right here and we're gonna fit it up like so, as best as you can. And then our ground clamp like so. This, just fit it up again, best you can. Flick your hood down. Tack weld that side on. Line this up as best as you can. Flick your hood down. And tack weld that side. Okay, so the next step is going to be to flip this over like so, and to put small tacks in the middle of these joints right here. Small tacks in the middle. Like that. Like that. Like that. And like that. Then what you're going to do, flip this back over and weld it all the way. Now, so that is what we're going to do. We're going to weld it all the way now. Okay, so for the next step, we're going to be making the middle part of the shoe rack. And here we have two pieces that are 47¼ inch long, with one side of them having a 45-degree angle cut and then the other side not having a 45-degree angle cut. Then we have one piece that is 12 inches long with a 45-degree angle cut on both sides. And there's 3 holes in it that are 1/2 inch in diameter and they're equally spaced apart. And this piece is 10½ inches long. It also has 3 holes in it that are 1/2 inch in diameter and the holes are equally spaced apart. Then here, these are the rods. They're 48 inches long. And what we're going to do is take this piece right here that is 12 inches long, and we're going to pick up one of these rods and put it inside this hole right here. Then we're going to pick up the other rod, put it in the other hole. Then we're going to pick up the third rod and put it in the last hole. And then we're going to take the other side, the 10½ inch piece, and put the rod inside the holes like this, and then this one like that. And then what we're going to do next is turn the welder on, get our ground clamp, and then clamp this piece down right here. And then we're gonna get our gun and we're gonna tack weld. We are going to tack weld these rods into place. So make sure the ground is on there. And then we're gonna tack weld the first one. push up on the second one and tack weld it. And then we're gonna push up on the third one and tack weld it. Now we're gonna tack weld the other side here. So push this in all the way it could go. Push. Tack. Tack. Okay. Next, we're going to be putting on these side pieces here. So we're going to put this right here, and this needs to leave a space so you're able to put down the actual leg that's going to go through to the top. So what we're going to do here is put this clamp on like that. Take the gun over here, line this up somewhat, like as best as it could go, and then tack it. And you're going to want to do the same for the other side here. You're going to take this, make sure that there's room to put the leg for the table to go up. Grab your gun, line this up as best as you can, and then you're going to tack it. Next, we're going to tack these pieces right here from the inside. If you tack them right here on the outside, it's going to interfere with the leg and it's not going to be good. So we're going to tack it here on the inside. Like that. Like this. We're going to tack on the inside. Like that. And now I'm gonna weld this all around and I'll come back when I'm done. Okay, so we finished welding the middle part here, and now we are going to start on the bottom part. It's the same concept here as the middle part. You have two pieces here that are 46.5 inches long, and then here we have the same pieces as here as on the middle part. They have a 1/2 inch hole in diameter, and they have 3 of these holes that are equally spaced apart. The other one, same thing, 1/2 inch hole in diameter, and they're equally spaced apart, all 3 holes. And these are 10.5 inches long. So what we're going to be doing is the same thing we did with the middle row. We're going to be taking the 3 of these rods, just like we did for the middle row, and we're going to be putting them inside this piece right here. Okay, there you go. That one's in, this one's in. Now we take the third one, put in the third one. Now what we're gonna do is make sure these are all the way in. Like this. And what we're going to do now is go over to this side And we're also gonna put these in like this and like this. So the next step is going to be to tack weld the rods onto the 10.5-inch piece right there. So we're gonna take our clamp again, our gun, and we're gonna put our clamp right here. And we're gonna make sure that these pieces are all the way in, like this. We won't go any further, so we're gonna put the hood down. We're gonna tack, put this one, push it all the way in, make sure it's all the way in, hold it, tack it. Same goes for this side, make sure it's all the way pushed in, and we're gonna tack this side as well. Now we're gonna go over to the other side, and we're gonna make sure these are now pushed in all the way. So we're just gonna put this in right here like this. Make sure these are all the way in. And now we're gonna tack them, same like we did with the other side. Tack. Middle one, tack. Now the last one, tack. Okay, once we have all those tack welded on, we're going to take these pieces, the 46.5-inch long pieces, and we're going to do basically the same thing we did with the middle row. We're going to leave a space back here so the leg could go through all the way to the top, and we're just going to weld it like so. Take the clamp. Oh. So line it up as best as you can, and then you take the clamp. We'll clamp this down more like this, and then we're gonna weld it from the inside, not the outside, the inside corner, like so. And we're gonna do that on this side as well. So line that up as best as we can, like so, like so. And then we're gonna tack this side down. Okay, and now we're gonna go over to this side and tack these down as well from the same angle from the inside, not the outside, the inside. So we'll just line this up right here, inside corner, like so. And we're gonna tack weld it. And we're gonna do the same thing for this side. Line it up and tack it. And now I'm gonna weld it all the way around, and I'll come back when I'm finished. Okay, the next step that we're gonna do is go to the middle level, and what we're gonna have to do is grind these welds off right here, so we could take these 11-inch legs and put them on like this. So what I'm gonna do now is take the grinder and grind off these welds right here. Okay, so we have that grinded off, and now what we're gonna do is take clamp and gun. Oh, but before we weld these pieces on here, we're going to take the 21-inch long pieces that we cut out, and we're gonna mark 11 inches on them, and then this is gonna be important for when we put the legs onto the other side. So I'm just gonna line these up like this and just mark 11. Same thing with this one. Line it up like that and just mark 11. So now these are marked up, and what we're gonna do now is weld these legs on to this middle row right here. So we're gonna take the clamp, we're gonna put the clamp down like this, and then we're gonna try to place this down as equally as possible. Line it up at the corner there. Take the gun. Take it down. And then we're gonna do this one right here too. Now we got this leg. And what we should do now is take this square and square the legs up a little bit once you have them tack welded on. So gun. Okay. So okay. And now we're going to go on this side. And tag this side down too, like that. And now we're gonna weld the legs onto the other side. Okay, so the next step we're gonna do is to weld the legs onto this side. And earlier we marked off 11 inches, and then this is where this is going to come in handy. So what we're gonna do is lift this up like this, and since on this side the legs are 11 inches long, we're gonna have to take this 21-inch piece and we're gonna have to stick it out 11 inches like this. And when we stick it out 11 inches, line it up with that mark you have that you made earlier, and you're gonna just want to weld it. Tack weld it into place. So we're gonna flip this down. There it is. We're going to flip this down. And we're going to line this up with that mark you made. Like so. And you're just going to want to hold it down. Into place, and then you're going to want to do the same thing on the other side. Grab your piece that you marked off earlier at 11 inches. So we're going to line up that mark, that 11-inch mark that we took earlier, so it's poking out barely, so it's even. Make sure it's sitting correctly. Flip down your hood. And then tag it. Okay, so we have this tacked on now. Put one more tack. Okay, so now what we are going to do is we are going to take these off, move these aside for now, and we're gonna put these spare pieces under this, so this is not laying on the ground, so like this. And then we're gonna take these, do the same thing on this side, so it's not laying on the ground, like this, like this. And then we're going to take this, what we just welded on, and we're going to put it like so. Line it up best you can. This, make sure this side's good. And now what we're gonna do is put this ground clamp on. And now we are going to tack all 4 of these legs. what I'm gonna do now is weld all around, weld everything together, and I'll come back when I'm done. Okay, so the next step is going to be putting on the top part, and the top part is going to be a floating shelf. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take our top part and we're gonna take this magnetic holder and we're just gonna put it on like this. And we're gonna take our magnetic holder, put it on like that. And what we're gonna do is line this up as best as we can, corner to corner, like that. And we're going to tack it on. Take this. Oop. Line it up. And then tack it on. That. And now we're going to go to the other side and line up the other side same way, corner to corner, as best as we can. Like so. And we're going to tack it on like that. We're going to put one more tack down. And that's the top part on for now. And the next step is going to be grinding all the welds down. But I'm not going to be recording that because it is very time consuming. But once I'm done, I will be back. Okay, so once you have all the welds grinded down, the next thing you're going to want to do is prep your piece for painting. So what you're going to do is put on some gloves and put some acetone on a rag and then wipe everything down so all the grease comes off, all the dirt, grease. You want to take all that dirt off before you paint. So once you degrease this, wipe it down with some acetone on a cloth, you're going to want to start painting. So I'll come back to you when I'm done with this. Okay, so once you wipe down your whole piece with acetone, it's time to paint it. And you could use whatever paint you'd like, but this is the kind of paint I'm using right here. And you're just gonna want to coat the whole thing with one coat of this paint. Then you're gonna let it dry. And then after you let it dry, you're gonna do a second coat. And I'm gonna get to painting this and I will come back when I am done. Okay, so once you put on your first and second coat of paint, you're gonna wanna now put the tabletop on. And to put the tabletop on, the first thing you're gonna wanna do is mark 5 inches from each of these corners right here. So you're going to take a tape measure and then you're going to mark 5 inches here. You're going to mark 5 inches here. You're going to mark 5 inches here. Mark 5 inches here. And then after you mark 5 inches, you're going to want to take a drill, which is drill. Where'd the drill go? Okay, drill. You're going to want to take a drill. And you're going to want to drill a hole at that 5-inch mark you made. So, I'm going to take this square. extend this line down. And you're going to drill a hole in the middle of the line. So about right there. One hole. Two holes. Take your drill, come to this side. Do the same thing on this side that you did on that side. In the middle. Drill a hole. And then drill a hole right here too. On the middle of the line. Oh. Okay, now what you're gonna want to do is you take your tabletop, and on this side you're gonna want it to stick out 2 inches. On this side you're gonna want it to stick out 1 inch. So take your tape measure and line it up to where it's sticking out 2 inches on that side, and take your tape measure and line it up so it's sticking out 1 inch on this side. And check this side. You're going to want to take an impact, put in a screw on your impact, go underneath where you drilled the hole, and then screw it in. And you're going to do that for all 4 of the holes. Two more on the other side. And then one more. And this is what the finished product should look like.